Morning everybody, welcome back. Please remember to hit the bell, to subscribe, receive updates every week, and give us a like at the end of the video. So I've been away a little bit I've been away for the last 2 weeks, so I thought we'd just have a little walk round and give you a bit of an update. So the big thing we've been working on this week is infrastructure. Here you can see we're putting in a 4-metre track. It's beside a water course. We're just working on the basis that we're going to be doing a lot more organic manures, and that we need to build up our infrastructure to cope with that, whether it be compost or digestate or even sewage sludge. It needs good infrastructure, hence why this track's gone in. So this is a field of wheat next door. A little bit worried about these patches, so I'm just going to walk in and have a look. And the answer is it's going off its feet. A bit worried about that. It's had a full PGR program. This is a spring wheat after a failed oilseed rape crop, and it had some digestate in the autumn, and possibly that's had an effect. So when I started making these video diaries, I promised myself it would be a warts and all commentary on my farming life and how things are going. So I'd like to show you this crop of oilseed rape. We are at my business partner's farm. There's probably 80 hectares of rape, of which we have just lost this 3 hectare chunk. So overall I'm pretty pleased. That sort of percentage, only lose 8%, I think is really good work. Further in our warts and all lesson, this field is part of a block. Next door is spring beans, faba beans, but this is not beans. This is buckwheat. We are growing this because we just felt that the spring beans left it too open, and we're looking at trying to multiply this up so that we can get more cover crop seed. So hence we have a field of buckwheat. See, just over beyond the poles and the first hedge is our rapeseed block. Back of it still looking strong. This is a block of Dunston. It's got quite a high disease rating, so it's only had 1 SDHI, but it still had a 3 fungicide program. I will wait. Flowering is about to start. I shall have a look at the weather, find out if we're likely to get more rain. If we are, I might go with a T3. It's pretty tall, but not fallen over like the Lennox that we saw at the beginning of the walk round. Overall quite consistent. We're quite lucky at Nick's farm. This is a relatively new block, hasn't got a lot of black grass in it. It had been down to a low input grassland environmental scheme previously, but as you look across you can see a few heads that are poking up, like the variety is breaking down. This is home safe seed. I am beginning to question home saving. It does seem to require a lot of extra effort, but haven't run the numbers on that yet. So this is our field of beans, recently spring beans. It's probably a 80 hectare block. Recently sprayed with bazogram we've got some thistles on the outside there, and just to try and control that. Thistles just make combining particularly horrible. This field is quite interesting. When we came to drill it in the spring, it had a lot of cover crop still standing, and So James suggested that we just drill it with a sky drill, disc coulter straight in. And this isn't a very good example here because I think the population is very good overall. But I just picking up on what I was talking about in a video a couple of weeks ago. Lots of straw on the top, even in this area where the plant population is low. Relatively little grass weeds. Good battleground action there. But overall, I would say very thorough population, humming with bees, which is nice. One thing we look at with spring beans is how far it is to the first flower. So I'd say we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes to the first flower. So plenty of opportunity for the combine to get underneath it. It's had no insecticides on this year. It won't now. We never spray for beetle, we just can't get efficacy. And this year the pea and bean weevil was hitting it quite hard, but we decided to rely on beneficials rather than spraying with pyrethroid. So whereas that previous field was a field drilled with the sky, this one is drilled with the Claydon. There's a bit of a holy patch. You can see compared to the other, to the sky, a lot more soil disturbance. These are quite big lumps here. We were talking about the bee and pea weevil damage. You can still see a little bit on here, but again with this plant, 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes before flowering. It's a similar growth stage. I don't know, if anything it's not quite as dark as the other crop, it's a bit lighter. I think all of them have had a squirt of manganese already, but overall very pleased with our beans. We had quite a bit of rain over the weekend, so hopefully that will have given them another shot in the arm. So this is a quick revisit to the field where we were struggling to establish our spring barley. So I'll just have a look at it. It's looking a bit hungry if you ask me. So as you can see, the barley's just about coming out in the ear now, just starting to come out. It is slightly yellow, had all of its end, half of its end down the spout and the rest within a week. And we pon around here, we're getting, we were saying about working on infrastructure. It's a new planned tipping site for sewage sludge going forward, so more developments on our organic manures. But the plant population's consistent, it's quite clean, fingers crossed.